Welcome into Dallas Mavericks Today. I am your host, Harrison Graham. We got some news and rumors to get into after another win over the Brooklyn Nets last night. An exciting one. Some thoughts on that matchup coming up here in a little bit. But first, some injury news literally just dropping minutes ago from ESPN's Tim MacMahon. He says that Christian Wood has a left knee sprain. He did not make the East Coast trip to Orlando. They also play Washington here in a couple of days as well before returning home on Saturday. Tim Hardaway Jr. did make the trip. He is questionable with a left hip strain. If you missed the game last night, he kind of slipped on a wet spot on the court and banged his hip up a little bit. So we'll see. Maybe they hold him out for the first game and he plays against Washington. We'll have to see how that goes. But Christian Wood will miss at least the next two games. And obviously it's a big loss. He's kind of been up and down. He's either scoring 20 plus or 10 or less. It's kind of been a weird start for him, but obviously he's one of your better players. 15.6 points per game this year, 8 rebounds, and his shooting splits have obviously been very, very good as well. 57% for the field, 46% from three. So playing without him obviously impacts your rotation and impacts you offensively. I don't think there's going to be any question about that over the next couple of games. Now, how concerned are you about Christian Wood's injury here? Scale from 1 to 10. Knee sprain, a knee for a big, there's got to be some concern. I'll go like a 4 out of 10. I don't expect this to be a long-term deal, but maybe he misses a week or two. We'll have to wait and see. When they return home Saturday, we'll see if he's available for that game. If he's not, then maybe the concern level elevates a bit. Let me know what you guys think. Scale from 1 to 10, 1 being not concerned at all, 10 being very concerned as well. All right, let's get into the rumor portion of the show. Could the Mavericks trade for Ben Simmons? Can't even call it a report, more of an idea out there that the Mavs could be a good fit for Simmons to pair with Luka Doncic. I've got a lot of strong opinions on this one that we will get into here in just a moment. What I will tell you is this. If the Mavs trade for Simmons or really any other player, we're going to break it down for you here on this channel. So hit that subscribe button here on Dallas Mavericks Today, and we will have you guys covered with the latest Dallas Mavericks news, rumors, trade buzz, game reaction, everything else going on with this team. So go ahead and subscribe today. All right, an NBA executive via Heavy.com says Dallas is a team to watch. Simmons would be an interesting fit next to Luka Doncic if the Nets are willing to take back Tim Hardaway Jr. and Davis Bertans. I'm not sure how much higher the Mavs could go in terms of an offer, but that would definitely be interesting for Luka. No. No. I don't like Ben Simmons. I don't want Ben Simmons. And even though Bertans and Hardaway, including Hardaway, by the way, aren't major contributors for this team right now, I don't want to be stuck with Simmons' contract through the 2025 season. I'm just not interested in that for this Mavericks basketball team. I'd rather have flexibility sooner rather than later. He's not doing much of anything this year. Yeah, he still distributes. Yeah, he's still a good defender, but he's not an engaging player. I don't think he's a good fit in any locker room. He doesn't shoot the ball at all. This is just not someone I want. This is not someone that you can rely on. If I knew I was getting peak Ben Simmons and that he was fully healthy and engaged, I would trade Bertans and Hardaway for him, but we haven't seen that player in a couple years at this point, and he's on a max contract. No, I can't go down this route. Now, if Brooklyn was like, hey, we'll throw in a couple first-round picks as well to just take him off our hands, okay, maybe. But you're talking about a guy who's allergic to shooting the ball. His attitude is questionable at best. Is he a good teammate? Certainly doesn't seem like it. I don't want Ben Simmons. If you disagree, feel free to say so in the comments, but I've kind of moved on from any interest on that front. Today's episode of Dallas Mavericks Today is presented by Established Titles. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland. You see the video on your screen right now, while helping global reforestation efforts. It is a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. I am now a lord because I purchased my plot in Scotland. Title packs give you at least 1 square square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Eddleston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities like One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, your plane tickets, dating profiles, etc. It makes for a great last-minute gift. The first 200 people, by the way, purchasing a title pack using my link will be effectively next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a Lord or a Later, we could start our own Mavericks Today Kingdom in Eddleston, Scotland. It's a fun last-minute gift. Established Titles is actually running an early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use the promo code CHAT, we're going to give you an additional 10% off. EstablishedTitles.com/chat. That's going to get you an extra 10% off with the promo code CHAT. Help support the channel, and hey, they do it. It's a good cause with Established Titles. They plant those trees, like I mentioned as well. Fun gag gift, white elephant present, whatever you want to use it for. EstablishedTitles.com/chat, and now you can refer to me as Lord Harrison Graham. All right, back to the trade idea. If you had 2 first-round picks, maybe you could talk me into it, get some draft capital that could help you facilitate other trades. But beyond that, I'm just not that interested. I don't know. I mean, producer Coop and I were talking about this. He's slightly more open to it than I am, but I watched the guy play, and I'm like, that's not a winning piece right now. It's just not a winning piece right now. Now, hypothetically, you make this move. Here's the lineup you're looking at, and yeah, like I would like him as a can't even say stretch 4 because he doesn't shoot, but playing kind of that 4 or 5 position where he can pass out of the high post and whatnot. But he also really hasn't done much of that in his career. He really hadn't done that since his LSU days. So I don't know, man. You guys kind of can hear the tone in my voice. I am not that interested. But we'll ask you guys, would you do this trade that Heavy.com proposed? Type A for accept, type D for decline. I'm hammering D for decline if I'm the Dallas Mavericks, but it's a free show here, so you guys get to decide. Oh, and by the way, we got a front row seat for him last night. Yeah, he really showed out coming off the bench for the first time in his career. 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. We're going to call him the single quadruple here at Mavericks Today because that's basically what he is at this point in time. Yeah, no thank you. No, thank you. Throw in multiple firsts, we can talk maybe, but right now he's not worth a player-for-player swap or players-for-player swap because he's just not a winning piece. Let's talk a little bit more about the game, by the way. How about Kevin Durant continuing to be one of the softest superstars in the history of sports? Theo Pinson, who I love and is really good at talking trash, but if you're letting Theo Pinson get in your head and you're Kevin Durant, one of the, what is it? 15 best players in NBA history, 10, 20, whatever, first ballot Hall of Famer, top 5 scorer we've ever seen, in my opinion. This guy's getting in your head, KD. Absolute joke how soft this guy is. Josh Green getting into your head. Come on, man. That's Charmin. That's not even Charmin Ultra. That's just Charmin. It's absolute joke. The Nets are a fraudulent franchise. I think Steve Nash is doing cartwheels on a beach somewhere that he doesn't have to coach these losers anymore. We haven't even talked about Kyrie. Biggest fraud to ever exist in the NBA. It's a joke. It's glorious to beat the Brooklyn Nets because it's the biggest failed dynasty that's ever been attempted in sports. I mean, the only thing that comes close was the Kobe, Dwight, Steve Nash Lakers thing, but that only was 1 year. They've tried this for 3 or 4 now and 1 playoff series win. Good job, Brooklyn. Really good organization you got up there. Type LOL to laugh at Kevin Durant. Let's praise the Mavericks superstar, Luka Doncic, who, hey, sometimes he bitches at the refs too much, this and that, but I promise you this, Theo Pinson ain't getting in Luka Doncic's head, or whoever the Theo Pinson of the Brooklyn Nets is. Who would that even be? I'm trying to think of some of those bums who were still on their bench. They have Royce O'Neal. He's a little better than Pinson, at least, as a player. But Doncic's run continues to be historic. 30 points in all 9 games so far, the second longest streak in NBA history behind Wilt Chamberlain, who did it like 50 years ago. He did it like 20-something games or something crazy, but he's on a roll, man. I think if the season ended today, it would be, him or Giannis for MVP? I mean, they've kind of separated themselves early on. Giannis, obviously, in the Bucks. Did they win last night, Coop? They lost, so they're now 9-1, but I was going to say they started 9-0. Enjoy it, man. And look, he's obviously going to play at a high level all season, but eventually he's going to have a bad night where he scores 22 points or something, which, by the way, a bad night for Luka is like 20, 25 points. It's incredible stuff. Spam 77 down below. We're lucky to have this guy in Dallas. Hopefully he stays here for a while, and hopefully Cuban, Nico, and the boys can continue to build around him because we want to keep this guy here in D-Town. Type 77 to show Luka some love. Also spam MFFL in the comments if you're a true Mavs fan. Also spam MFFL if the Nets are total frauds because that's just a straight-up fact at this point. All right, guys. Cheers to you for tuning in. Appreciate all the MFFLs. Hopefully Christian Wood gets well soon, and we will see you next time here at Dallas Mavericks Today.